Hi there, it's Nicole here today with a repeating pattern background with greetings using waffle flower stamps and dies and inks to create my card here. And it's a fairly simple design and it's one of my favorites. I love repeating patterns of anything. In this case, the greeting not only serves as a greeting, but it's a design element on the card. I have taken greetings from the Waffle Flower Pawsome stamp set and lined them up on my acrylic block, and then in rainbow order, I am repeatedly stamping the greeting kind of offset so they're not one right on top of another. Per se in a column. They are on top of one on top of another going in a rainbow pattern. But I started with Tickled Pink, Safe Choice, My Pleasure, Oh Happy Day, You Said What. This is Chirp Chirp. I'm using a stamp chamois to clean it in between each color change. Next, New Fish in Pond. Daydreaming will be next. This is more of a royal blue. It was kind of aqua is the New Fish in Pond, and then more of a traditional blue with Daydreaming. I absolutely love the Waffle Flower Crafts die inks. I've probably mentioned it before, but these are some of my favorites. They're beautiful colors. They stamp beautifully. Really nice inks. The purple is Happy Go Lucky. Once I have my rainbow order of greetings, I am going to go ahead and take a patched layers die. I'm going to position that right around my greetings, and I'm going to die cut this. And it doesn't actually die cut the shape, but it does add that awesome stitching detail around all of the edges, which really dresses up a panel, especially one that's rather simple like this one. I'm going to take the two facing little dogs here, plus some of the hearts, and I am going to stamp them on some Neenah smooth white cardstock. Perfect for Copic coloring. I'm using stamp chamois again to clean my stamps. Now, the little heart shapes, I am going to repeat these many times because I am going to overlay the repeating greetings with all of these little hearts. Now, I left this in to show, I thought originally the little solid heart image I would try to stamp in a color and the open heart in the black ink so I could color it in. And I tried it a couple times and I really didn't like how it looked. And as it turns out, I'm really glad that I went ahead and kept the stamping with black ink only, because it shows up so much better against the rainbow background. So multiple images, I'm going to stamp these kind of quickly. All of these are going to need to be colored in and die cut to add to my card. And I'm going to use a couple of different ones from this stamp set. All of the images are from the Pawsome stamp set. Such a fantastic stamp set for dog and cat lovers. I just love it. And next, I'm going to color everything in with Copic markers. Starting with the dogs first, all the colors I'm using are shown across the bottom of the screen. Both dogs will be colored the same. They face one another, which makes them perfect for using together. There's a couple of different dog sets in this stamp set that work this way so that you can have them facing each other, which I think is fantastic. Kind of a mirror image. E40, 43, 44, and 47 are the colors I'm using for the dogs. That 47 is used pretty sparingly. Blend that out pretty well with E44 and then finally with E43. E40 for the underside of the tummy, parts of the face, and the feet, as well as the inside of the ear. Adding a little dot detail with my darker markers gives some nice texture to the dogs. Then I'm going to start rainbow color for all of these heart images. Just like the rainbow greetings I stamped, I want to pick colors of markers to color in these images that'll coordinate back with that very colorful stamped greeting background I created. Our 24 and 29 for red, Y11 and 08 for yellow, YR04 and 9 for orange, B21 and 24 for blue, V01 and 6 for anything purple, for aqua, BG11 and 13, and for pink, RV 52 and 55. I started with a few of these. I think I will stamp a few additional. Kind of just depends. It's one of those things where you can guess how many you need, especially when creating multiples. When you get to the end of the card, sometimes you realize you might need a few extras. Coloring in my second dog now. Much like the first one. I always like to start a little bit lighter and get darker as I go. I will be taking all of the coordinating Pawsome dies, lining those up using a little post-it tape to hold them in place, and then running them through the Big Shot die cutting machine. For any of the repeating images, all of the little hearts and things, I will have to go ahead and run those through multiple times to get all of those die cut. So there are the super cute dogs. I'm going to use a black glaze pen to add detail to the eyes and noses on both. Really makes them pop. Here are all those great little hearts, and like I said, I'm just going to tape them in place and keep running this through the die cutting machine until everything's die cut. And here's a little bit of an example. I've laid out some of the elements so you can see kind of what I'm thinking, how they're going to layer over that background. I also stamped and colored that little bow to put around one of the dog's necks. And then I'm going to lay out all of my images, again following the rainbow pattern from pinks to purple, and I'm going to start adhering everything. On the back of the dog, I'm going to adhere those with some foam adhesive so they're slightly popped up. Do that for both of them. And then for all of the hearts, I'm going to attach those with some Zotz Bling glue dots, all the way from the bottom to the top. So there are the cute little dogs facing each other. So super cute. Awesome assortment of rainbow colored heart accents. Just attached all over the place. It's okay if they cover up parts of the greeting. The repeating is, or the sentiment is repeating anyway, so it's fine to cover up parts of it. It's more a design element than anything. Over the hearts, I'm going to apply glossy accents, especially all the open hearts. I started with the open hearts first and then decided to go ahead and add glossy accents to all the oval shapes, both the ones that say woof and the hearts. On the black hearts, I'm adding little white highlights with a white opaque pen. And then I did go ahead and decide to go over those with glossy accents as well. It'll give them an awesome glossy finish. On the inside of the card, I am going to take the same greeting that I used for the front, but this time break it up into individual words and stack them one on top of another. So parts of these greetings are phrases and parts are single words, and I'm going to stamp this in a combination of black and My Pleasure ink to finish off the inside of the card. So it's the exact same sentiment as the front, but it's repeated on the inside, and then those little hearts from the Pawsome stamp set, I am going to go ahead and stamp multiples of these in all of those rainbow colors, the same thing that I used for the greetings on the front, on the inside. It just brings the sentiment and feeling and mood of the front of the card to the inside of the design. Once this is finished, I'll go ahead and take that front panel and attach it to the front of this top fold white card base, and my card is all finished. Thanks for joining me today for this repeating pattern greeting background featuring waffle flower stamps and dies. The supplies I used are listed and linked below the video here on YouTube. Here are a couple more videos you might be interested in. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.